Everyone, this side of Created to Create. Welcome back to my channel. If you're not 18 years or older, this video content is not intended for you. Today I have a project share, another one. I had a customer request for a baby shower boy card. So that's what I decided to do today, create that for her. And I didn't have very many things that are for boys, or for that matter, even for a baby, whether it be boy or girl. But I said, well, let me see what I have and what I can come up with. I did have, this was gifted to me by my friend Meg. Hi, Meg. And this is a boy stamp by Hampton Art. So I use this little sentiment. It says, handsome, rough, and tough, my little man, bundle of joy, cute as a button, giggles, giggles, precious. And then it has the stitching line around it. So I used this stamp set. And then I used my Anna Griffin easel cards because I wanted to create an easel in case the recipient will want to display it like in the baby room or something. So I used my Anna Griffin easel die. I love that one. And I also have the Scrap Diva one, and I really love that one too because that one's taller and sometimes you need that height. And then I use this Marianne Creatables that I've had a long time. So I had the word baby and I had the safety pin, diaper pin. So I just used a diaper pin here, and I did create my own file. I used some 12 by 12 heavyweight cardstock, and I created 2 card bases. And then I used these dies from Carnation Craft. So this is like a jagged edge, a tattered or shabby edge die. And then I had this one. I pulled these out and I didn't use them, but either one of them would have worked and would have made a beautiful card. So I knew that this is what I had that would create a layers or layering panels for a 6x6 card. So I pulled these out, but I ended up using the tattered edge one for this. And I created a file. This was my daughter Abby's idea for me to create the baby word like in blocks and create it into a shaker. So I did create my own file, and I created it in a way that the baby you have to glue onto the acetate, because and then the frame you glue it on top of the acetate, and then you would inlay the baby blocks. So that's how I designed this file. And let me share with you what I created. I had these boxes that I picked up. These are a 6x6 box, and I picked them up from Uline, and I bought a whole case of them. And I very rarely use them. I think I've sent some to my friend Jacqueline, and it's been a while, and I hadn't really used them, and I didn't feel like making a box. Even though boxes come easy for me, sometimes I just don't want to. And today I didn't want to. So I dug out one of my boxes, and I'm so glad that it fit. The card is just shy of a 6x6. I did have to go in and trim because a 6x6 was a little bit crowded, and I didn't want the edges to get crushed. So I trimmed off just a little bit, like 1/8 of an inch. And it fit in here. And this is just a plain white box with a clear acetate. I was looking for some cording, like stretchy cording, to close it up and tie a bow or something, but I couldn't find my cording. I know I have some. I just don't know where, you guys. My craft room is a mess. It really, really is. So here is the card that I created. Look at how pretty that is. I also used some a die that I have from Tattered Lace, and it does have the artwork, and it's these beautiful ponies, rocking horses. So I used one of those. I had printed out one in a blue. It looks almost lavender, but it does have a hint of blue. And I didn't have any baby paper in my stash, so I created the base with my 12 by 12 heavyweight paper. And this is a tent fold, so it would sit up like this. And here is that file that I created, and quite seriously, I'm considering making this a die because I don't have a lot of baby themed anything. And so I think I'm going to work on a few designs. And this is a shaker. So you see, I don't know if you can see, but the sequence in there moves around. And I love the way this looks, where the frame, this frame right here is the same as all the other layers that I have going on here. I just cut a bunch in white on my Brother Scan & Cut, and then my last layer I cut it out in a gold foil because I wanted the word to be framed by that gold, very narrow border. So I did cut several layers with my machine, and I love doing that when I'm creating a shaker because I don't want to be running a die 6-7 times to get the thickness that I want in the shaker or the space. So I did add very, very narrow double-sided tape, and I added the acetate window. Then I added some more double-sided tape in the edge and added a layer of cardstock, just white cardstock. And then the last layer, that's the one I did with the gold. And then the word baby, I cut out the word baby, which is all one piece, but then I also saved the individual letters so I could stack them, because I cut it all out in white, and then I went in with the blue and cut the individual squares out, and just some are on dimension and some are not, so to create dimension in the word. So I love having that versatility that I can mix and match the colors any way that I want, so it gives you more freedom, more options. Here's that beautiful little rocking horse. And then this word boy, I also created a file for this. And I'm thinking I'm going to make this, and maybe the word girl exactly like this in this size. And I think that would make a great die, you guys, especially for those of you who create cards to sell. This is definitely something that would work. So I'm going to work on some dies for that, but they will not be produced till next year because I just sent in all my Valentine ones. So here is that shabby edge frame. I cut it out in gold, and I did hollow out the center because I don't like to use gold foil or any kind of specialty paper just to layer another piece on top. So I always hollow out the inside, and then I cut one out in blue, and then I put all my pieces on more or less how I wanted them to lay on the card, and it was okay, but I felt like there's something missing. And then I figured it out. It needed a white layer to break up some of that blue and gold. So as soon as I added the white layer, because this is a nesting die, so they graduate very little and they get real small, I was able to add the white. And the white I did put up on dimension, and I love the difference that that piece of white made. And the boy, I also cut it out. I think I cut it out 3 times in white and 1 in gold to also give it some dimension without having to add little pieces of foam or anything. I just decided to layer it up. And for the inside, I kept it really, really simple, you guys. Here is the little sentiment, and I did do it in blue. Look at how pretty that is. So all I did was I used another one of the nesting dies to cut out a gold frame, then a white frame, and then I stamped it in blue. And here is that little diaper pin that I used right here. And this card is very, very simple, but I think it's very, very pretty. And right here, I created the easel from the Anna Griffin easels. And I did cut it out twice in the solid and back them because my paper has a front and a back, so I needed them to both to put them back to back, so it would be pretty in the back and in the front. And then I cut out the layers, the filigree work twice as well, one for the front and one for the back. So no matter how they're looking at this will make a very pretty display, whether they are looking at it from the front or the back. So there it is. And all you have to do is put your card there and display it if they want to display it in the baby room. And I just love the way this came out, guys. It's really, really simple. It didn't take me very long to put together once I decided what I wanted to do. It's always the designing that takes you longer, but after you decide what you want to do, it's very, very simple. So let me tilt it so you guys can see what the recipient will be looking at when they have it on display. Look at how pretty that is. So I do want to make a girl one because I only made a boy, and I did cut 2 panels. So I think I'm going to do that. But for now, this is all that I had to share with you guys. Before they picked it up, I wanted to be able to, let me put this behind there, to share it with you guys before my before my niece came to pick it up. I wanted to share it with y'all. But look at how beautiful that is. And even the presentation, I didn't do anything, guys. I kept it very, very simple. I think I am going to order some stretchy silver cording and gold cording for when I do put them in an acetate box or some kind of box that has a clear lid. All I have to do is tie it around the box, put a little bow in the corner, and they can pull it on and off to, you know, to be able to write in it, then close it back up, and the presentation is on point. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope everyone's having a great day, and God bless. Bye.